Hello Geminis, welcome to your weekly reading. I hope that you guys are all doing well. Please remember this reading is general, so it may or may not resonate. Do apologize if this is a little later than usual, but yeah, things happen. I wasn't really feeling great, and then obviously I work still a full-time job, and I am a parent, so you guys know the deal. Sometimes things come later than expected. Just gotta be flexible with the changes. Alright, let's see what's going on with Gemini. What's going on with my Geminis here? I think that's enough cards, Gemini. Okay. We have the number 35, Shark. Forgot to say this, Gemini. This reading is going to be all about you guys and maybe some things that you're going through or what you need to work on. So it says, Shark, swim away from this situation. Guys. So in this picture, she is like a mermaid and then there's a shark. So this reminds me of like a shark in the water. Kind of actually reminds me of the song Shark in the Water by V.V. Brown. I just remember it because I remember Degrassi days. But, you know, there's a shark in the water. There is someone who possibly tells you a lot of lies, Gemini. And, you know, you might have to be swimming away from this person and just realizing that this person is manipulative. Could be that you are dealing with someone who is a little bit narcissistic or who does fall on the realm of the narcissistic personality disorder, where you're just kind of realizing that this person isn't necessarily for your highest good. We have 26, so you could be 26. We have feather. Obviously, they are doing the like light as a feather type of trick where the levitation. So it says, think before you judge. So there might be a situation, Gemini, where you just are a little bit unsure about someone's maybe intentions for you, or, you know, you might think something is a certain way when it's not. It's an illusion. So it could be that you do have people working behind the scenes to make you view someone in a different light than what you normally saw them, or, you know, you're gaining clarity about a certain situation that you've dealt with maybe in the past with a lover, and you're realizing, you know, they weren't really with the up, so you're kind of like questioning things now. Gemini, maybe you're questioning, like, was the whole relationship a lie? You know, were they always deceiving me? Was I blinded by love? Things of that sort. So I feel like you are just trying to kind of figure things out. We do have number 18. So we do have like the burning. So it is tree and it says let them go. When I see this, this reminds me of like a tower. Because you guys know everything falls down in the tower, and the tower you show burning in the traditional tarot deck for when the tower is negative. So for me, that kind of correlates with this. You know, you had a tower moment. I feel like this happened out of the blue. Maybe someone broke up with you and you're just really unsure, unclear on why. And it could have just been that they were entertaining another option, or, you know, they might have felt guided to do so. Okay, so, you know, especially if this person kind of suffers maybe with their mental health, they might have just felt guided to end that relationship with you, and so you're kind of in a state where, like, you're confused, okay? And also with this tree card, it reminds me also of when you're doing the ritual, the burning ritual, when you write down someone's name or something that you want to let go of, what you want to purge and basically release. Usually during the different moon cycles and phases here, but I feel like for some of you kind of are getting to the point of accepting things for how they truly are and being able to let go of someone who you loved dearly. We have the number 42. It says, homeward, take yourself out on a date. So I feel like right now, Gemini, you are kind of enjoying your own company. You are nurturing and loving yourself, especially if you went through some narcissistic abuse. Then you definitely need to kind of rebuild yourself back up. Definitely really nurture yourself at this time and heal, possibly seek some therapy as well, because a lot of times that is very difficult to go through, as I think a lot of us know. We have the number 5. Says stars. You can manifest your every wish. So it could just be that you are in the state, Gemini, where you're trying to manifest. You guys, your card is the Magician, so that's all about manifestations. You might be trying to manifest a new beginning with the person who you love. You might feel like this is someone who is of value to you, a high-level soulmate, a twin flame, whatever may have you. And you're trying to manifest this love back. Maybe what you used to have. Sorry I'm making this all about love, but I really am getting the energy that this reading pertains more to love than anything in regards to someone from the past and self-love for yourself. But Gemini, I think for some of you are trying to manifest the relationship back the way it used to, maybe how things started out. You might feel like there were outside influences that kind of got in the way of your connection, and now you just kind of are longing for a reconciliation with this person. However, I feel like this person also had some demons on their end that they need to work through, that they never really healed from. So as much as you want this person back, as much as you might be manifesting them, you also want to make sure that the person is healing, that, you're not going to be manifesting something where you're going to get basically the same ending, the same results with the person. For others of you, you might be manifesting new love or focus so much on your career at this time. You have space in your heart for this person to come back. Again, with the Shark card, you might feel like there were some illusions and dishonesty with this person, some things being hidden from you. However, you still have love for this person. And, if there was other people who got in the way, who you feel got in the way of this connection, you might be holding grudges against them at this time. And, you might be upset with them and feel like you need to kind of distance yourself from that person, especially if you have like water placements. Our emotions kind of get the better of us in that sense. So your logical brain and then your emotions are kind of at war with one another at this time, is what I'm seeing here, for whoever this resonates with. All right, let's see what your spirit guides have to say about this, Gemini. I know I never say this, but these readings are meant for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Okay, so if you have Gemini in any of those placements, this can resonate with you. Now let's see Gemini. And the same thing with all the other zodiac sign readings that I do. Guys, the Shark card came out again, but the meaning here is a little bit different. Okay, I need one more for Gemini. Thank you. We'll actually read the Shark one first for you. Okay, Gemini, we have Shark. Says trust your instinct to discern the truth of the situation. So I feel like Gemini, you are seeing the truth of the situation. You know, you might feel like the person really didn't put any effort, or you felt like you were putting in so much effort with this person and they kept on lying to you, were manipulative. You might have felt like, okay, I've tried and tried and tried. I've tried to get my point across with this person. However, no matter how many times I try, they keep on disappointing me. So I need to set the standard to show them how to love me. I need to set a boundary. And your person might have walked away from you, Gemini, and that kind of blindsided you. For others of you, you walked away from this person that blindsided them. However, you are kind of fighting that, you know, they might be appearing fine. If that was the case that you walked away, and you know you are the one that is in the state of despair at this time. So we do have Cardinal. Says the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. So Gemini, I kind of am getting the energy that you are kind of focused on your stability at this time. So with you being so maybe laser focused on your stability and trying to regain control of everything, you know, you might have shared a home with this person. You know, all the finances might be now going to you, and you just were not prepared for this. So if you are laser focused, then you know you don't really have much time for things that bring you joy, that you know you really value, and you might not be necessarily able to really connect spiritually at this moment in time, and you might feel a little bit discombobulated. So you know your chakras might be kind of out of whack, and just you're just having some issues going on here. For others of you, what I've been telling Leo, Virgo, and I think maybe Cancer, I'm not sure, but with the Cardinal card, you know, this also tells me that, you know, you might be preaching all about like doing spiritual things like meditating, doing shadow work, things of that sort, but you're not practicing what you're preaching. And I understand, guys, because I have fallen into that boat where, you know, I tell people I advocate for all those things, but at the same time, you know, life gets busy and then you make excuses, you get lazy, you know, and then there comes a point even with shadow work where you feel like you've done so much shadow work where sometimes you do reach kind of a brick wall where you just cannot necessarily figure out how to get over that hump and, you know, get back on the horse. Okay, so that might be what's going on here. We do have Boar. Says face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you emerge victorious. So I feel like right now, Gemini, you are definitely just moving forward right now. I feel like, you know, you have done all that you can in regards to the situation, and you're realizing that this person, if they want to come back, they will. You would be open for them to come back. However, you know, you also feel like you deserve love. That's not necessarily going to be your main focus at this time. You feel like work and career should be your focus, especially if you are at a certain stage in your life where you're like, okay, I haven't really really buckled down as much as I wanted to in my career and finances. I don't have the investments that I would like to have. So now is the time for me to really get the ball rolling. Okay. So we do have email. Says this is a good time to go on a new adventure. So maybe this new adventure is just venturing out on your own. Okay. You know, just doing it alone, basically. Some of you guys might be actually going on an adventure, going on some type of trip, travel plans that you guys are making, but for the most of you, I think it's just a journey of being alone and accepting that and being happy. Basically getting to the point where you can say, I am happy because I said so. I feel like whatever this occurred for you, it put you in a state of despair and depression for a while, but now you're kind of emerging out of that, rising out of the ashes, um, rising as a phoenix here. We do have mouse. It says you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. So again, I feel like maybe you were under the illusion that everything was going well in this connection because you wanted it to go well, because you really cared about this person and you wanted to be with them long term, but you kind of dismissed the red flags within the connection, within the relationship, where the person might have been a little bit non-committal. You guys had some issues with communication, and it was just little things where you guys would fight about like the same thing over and over and over again. You were in some type of karmic cycle, karmic loop, but because your love for this person was so strong, you kind of ignored it. We do have mountain goat, okay? So it says there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to correct it. Again, that's with the cardinal card. Guys, I feel like you need to align your chakras. You do need to do a little bit more meditation. If you need to seek therapy, there might be like a chemical imbalance for you. Obviously, take that as that resonates. If you feel off, there's nothing wrong with seeking some type of treatment and seeing if you do need some type of medication to help kind of stabilize your moods, especially if you found that you've been like really up in your head and it's just like you're fixated on certain things and it just will not go away and you feel like you've really been depressed over the situation. It's better just to be safer than sorry. I want you guys all to be safe. So, okay, heavy stuff we're talking about. I know mental health is a heavy topic and not necessarily for everyone, but, I want this to be a safe space where we do talk about these types of things. Guys, you see my readings. If you have been here with me, you're a returning watcher, you've seen some readings I've done where I have talked about mental health issues. So, I think that you are just actually coming more into alignment with yourself, Geminis, at this time after a period of maybe some stagnation. You might have received some bad karma for a little while, maybe based off the way that you've treated this person, because you might have been a little bit manipulative in the past as well, Gemini. Take that as that resonates. But now I feel like the fruits of your labor are starting to come in. Your ships are rolling in. You are going to start receiving good karma because you continued on the path that you were meant to. You kind of stayed the course. You tried not to engage in any petty behavior. And I feel like the divine is going to be rewarding you of that. All right. Let's see what self-care cards we get for you. All right, let's go on for Gemini. That's enough. Oh, Gemini. Exactly what I was hoping for. Change course. So I feel like, okay, we'll talk about it in just a second. I'll read the definition. A closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course. So, yes, Gemini, I feel like you ended a cycle, a karmic cycle with someone, and now, it's time for you to move on, do things on your own, step into your new life that is going to be more abundant for you. Okay? You are going to meet someone later on, I do feel like. So we have risk. It says take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth. So I feel like really, Gemini, you might be taking a risk on yourself. Maybe some of you guys are becoming entrepreneurs at this time because you're figuring out, the work that you're doing, especially if you have children and you are separated from someone you have children with. It is very difficult to kind of work out your schedules, especially if the children are fairly young. So you might be at the state where you're kind of tired of working like 9 to 5 jobs or traditional jobs, and now you are getting to the place where you want to be more of an entrepreneur. We do have love. It says love people, love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. So Gemini, for you, I feel like you did have some issues with codependency. Okay, they actually did a study I saw online that they did a study where they said about 90% of the population, I think it was just the US population, but I talked about like how 90% of the population struggle with codependency issues. So it's not just you, a lot of relationships, they're codependent. And I feel like with the codependency, that kind of crashes and burns the relationship. Things start off hot and heavy, and the issues start coming in where one party might be narcissistic and the other one is codependent. So there is a very terrible power dynamic going on within the connection anyway, and then it becomes even more toxic and it just becomes a mess. So take that as you will. I think a lot of us have dealt with this type of thing. And now, Gemini, I feel like you are at the point where you are just trying to nurture and love yourself after everything you've been through. We do have a choice. So it says, worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. So for you, Gemini, you might be struggling just figuring out what path you really need to go to bring abundance in your life. You might have different types of career paths that you are interested in, and you are trying to figure out which one will bring you the most happiness. For others of you, you might be starting to kind of date again, and you do have options in love here, but you are kind of afraid of making the wrong decision because of what you went through in the past. So you're kind of really weighing your options, really seeing, who matches your energy. On this card, we do have like clouds, rainbows, rain, and lightning bolts and everything of that sort. So I feel like right now you really are trying to analyze your options. We do have space. So it says the quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. So, I feel like Gemini too, you are in a state where you are kind of trying to get rid of the people, places, and things that don't serve you and are not of your highest good. Really, you just want to be happy. And at the end of the day, you would like to have a partner you could be happy with, for most of you anyway, is what I'm seeing here. But you're okay, you're comfortable, you are happy. A lot of you are homeowners, so some of you guys may actually, this may be literal. So you might be decluttering and, just kind of simplifying your life and really trying to figure out what brings you value, what brings you joy at this specific time, especially after going through such a difficult period for a long time with this past person. I feel like you might have dealt with them for a few years here, Gemini, but that is all I have for you. If you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Gemini.